Hello, hi everybody, I'm Orange Teddy here, and I'm back from the Maxi Toys, and welcome to more Let's Play of Mario Party 9. Hi, I know it's been a while since I'm actually going to continue this, but I'll explain it to that when we actually get to it. So today, for this particular parts, we're about to be exploring Bob-omb Factory, one of my least favorite boards of the game, easily put. So let's see what the stage is about. In Bob-omb Factory, you'll collect mini-stars as you traverse an industrial zone on your way to the goal. This factory features many conveyor belts, and it looks like there's an even bigger area waiting behind this corridor. Try to recover all the mini-stars in the factory. And yeah, after that speech, it just tells us the exact same information as what previous board it usually had. So, yeah, the characters I'm going to be selecting this time around is Shy Guy, one of the unlockable characters in the game. And also same goes for Chemic as well, but we'll select him. We're about to hit it to the next board though. So, anyway, and the opponents, the CPUs or computer opponents I have this time around are Wario, Mario, and Birdo. Because I figured that we're just gonna see Birdo for a full time. Because, you know, Birdo has been absent in Mario Party 10 though, as well as, the recent, well, I don't know what to say. Anyway, so in this first section of this board right here is that you actually have to traverse in the conveyor belts, because there was literally some of these event spaces, like some of them, that are littered with, everywhere around in this conveyor belt. And every time when you're trying to land on those, you actually traverse onto where the arrow's direction is. And then basically you get some mini stars once you actually traverse for them. And some of them actually gives you some really bad ones. So, like the mini Z stars for example. Alright, so initially we played those two minigames from the previous board. So let's go ahead and choose Peak Precision. The new minigame. Mash the buttons on the handholds to climb as fast as you can. Be careful, pressing the wrong button will cause you to slip back. Hold the Wiimote sideways, press D-pad A1 or 2 to match the icons and on our hold hands to climb. So it's a bit like the rock climbing type of minigame, but except rather than just have to climb with our hands, but we actually have to climb while pressing buttons. So, my record for this one is just 8 seconds and 4 milliseconds. So that's actually a pretty good time here, but you have to be super fast while trying to beat that record right there. So, at least from everyone else, particularly the TAS run-throughs of this minigame, actually did a pretty awesome run-through for that part. Like, I believe they paid up for like 6 seconds. I'm pretty sure 6 seconds they actually just beat it. So, yeah, you know. Now, what I was gonna say about the reason why it's been quite a while since we're actually gonna upload this is because, well, originally, I'm actually going to upload this sometime during on Monday, previous Monday actually, on the last week's Monday. But all that happened is that, although the first part was fine, but the second part seems to automatically glitches up. And that's why I don't want to let that happen once it's uploaded in this channel, this YouTube channel rather, because with that, then it'll be making much more glitch fest. I mean, yeah, I would like to do that again though, which I don't mind, considering how, well, you know what, never mind. Oh, we have another free-for-all minigame right here. There's gonna be a bunch of minigames we'll be playing. Buddy Bounce. I don't mind this one. Bounce on the clouds to collect as many balloons as you can. Bounce on the head of another player to reach the higher, more valuable balloons. Hold the Wiimote sideways, press D-pad to move, and that's it. So yeah, if you play some of the, if you played, level 9-8 from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you know exactly how to do this. Basically, we have to, like, play, just basically collecting point system. Like, if you grab the one balloon, it just gives you obviously 1 point, and then the 3 ones is the green ones, and then the red ones are worth 10. So the 10 is easily the highest amount. You can get like plenty of these points actually. You can probably get about maximized up to level, up to like maximum of 99 points in this minigame. Like, I know some people did actually claim that, but I digress. But yeah, it's a pretty fun minigame, I must admit. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, now I was going to do that while trying to record this, and especially trying to upload it today. That somehow it's worked out pretty fine for the most part. But you know, the second part, however, is just pretty glitch fest on that original attempt. But usually I just trying to edit it, but you know, and I think it's in the middle part of the video where you know, the software, or in this case the thing itself, decides to actually just like glitch up. And then so in this case, this will actually be the second attempt for actually doing this board. So anyway, oh, Bodo's got even luckier, but not so much for that role for that respect. And we have a first Bowser Jr. minigame to come across. I see, you just have to play against the minigame. So yeah, yeah, with the replacement of 2 vs 2 minigames from Mario Party 1 through 8, and especially DS, Bowser Jr. comes in this case, some of these minigames. Okay, Mecha March. Work with your teammate to operate the 2-legged vehicle in order to chase and catch Bowser Jr. Hold the Wiimote vertically, wave it in time with the instructions shown on screen. This does remind me of the minigame from Mario Party 7, a 2 vs 2 minigame called Bob-omb 4000. But except that rather than just to be on the first or just reaching the finish line, instead we have to cooperate just to catch up to Bowser Jr. And once that's done, then we'll basically just win the minigame. That's about it. So usually it's all about timing requirements going on here, especially noticeable when there was like stones involved. Like you have to jump at the right, or just jump at the exact same time. But if you did that while the if you waved down the Wiimote while it wasn't your turn yet, then it'll just automatically slows you down. So yeah. If you somehow win those types of minigames, then you basically claim yourselves 5 mini-stars. So that's a pretty good plus for that book. And this will actually lead me into 18 mini-stars. How about that? But not for long though, because, well, after this first half, or in this case the first section of this board, well, we probably get into one of the most annoying gimmicks of this board. It's big and annoying such. Warrior just essentially lose like 3 mini-stars once he lands on that conveyor belt space, so unlucky for him though. And speaking of that, we actually have to deal with the third free-for-all minigame we have to play through. Geez, so many minigames we're going to be playing through in this first particular section. Growing up. Press the buttons that appear on screen to grow your vine. The faster you press the buttons, the higher your vine will grow. The highest vine wins. Hold the Wiimote sideways depending on the buttons that appears on screen. Press D-pad A, B, 1 or 2 to make your vine grow. So it's a bit like a timing reflexing going on situation minigame. So yeah, when there's floating flying, or in this case the flying block, who actually tells us what button you need to press, and if you press it quickly, the vine you actually grow even a bit longer than that. I think this is a minigame I actually did see during the E3 2011 appearances in the you know, back in the like, I think it's around 4 years now. So yeah, that has been all that for like 4 years since you know, also for Mario and Sonic at the Olympics 2012 though. And speaking of that, Olympic Games wise, although I will discuss that during the later part throughout this board. So yeah. Okay, this is the last button, is number 1. Finish! And I'm pretty sure my vine is the highest, so let's go ahead and climb up. just to reach up to the skies and hopefully claim those coins, all the star coins. Thinking of New Super Mario Bros. Wii or something like this. And looks like I see the entire horizon of the sea. Usually it's more like the sea from in this case, a beach level from World 4 in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Anyway, guess a few things I'd like to discuss is that recently Nintendo Direct actually added up some new things to the table for the upcoming games. I lost 3 mini stars. That doesn't matter. But unless so, we got a Bowser Jr. space to deal with here. And what teammate do I have to go with? I'm gonna have to go with Photo again. Jeez. Cage match. Nah, I might not. Oh, dang, Zoom Room. Work with your teammate to catch Bowser Jr. as he races around the maze. Hold the Wiimote sideways and press D-pad to move. Now I got to discuss about this minigame right here. Is that, there was actually some little beta elements of this game that, according to Super Mario Wiki, or in this case Wikipedia of the Mario gaming series, that apparently that this minigame was actually an only appearance in the final build, but apparently this is actually equivalent to that. It's like it's a bit like this, but when I've seen the image or this beta image of that minigame that have never been make an appearance in the final build. Like, it was somehow completely scrapped from, according to, like, well, when it's later on going to build it. And then, somehow, they actually going to influence that, there was a little case where, the minigame is actually very similar to Zoom Room, right? But except that we're actually going to be on the 2D platforming, type of minigame. Like, basically, you just have to catch it to Bowser Jr., that's about it. The only difference is that rather than just actually going in the maze, instead we actually go through the pipes. So, yeah, I think that's all works too. And we're approaching to the boss battle space right here, so... Jeez, it only took about like 12 minutes from this first section. And looks like we have to go for Spike Strike. But this is not the specific boss battle on this board, though. The actual mid-boss of this level, though, is, I think it's Womb. So, yeah, but in this case, we have to fight Spike. Grab the hammer as fast as you can to knock the rolling spiked balls back at Spike. Gold ones are worth 3 points, iron hammers are worth 1, and the branches aren't worth anything. Hold the Wiimote vertically, quickly point at the hammer and press A to choose it. Be careful don't pick a branch by mistake. So, we're about to be fighting Spike after a whole time, after the, for that Mario Party 10 playthrough for, when Sonic and Piccolo are usually done, that he was usually on the good side, but in here, he's now in the Bowser side. Start! Alright, let's go ahead and grab some of these hammers then. Predictably, my personal favorite, the gold hammers. And there's another thing after worth mentioning is that, recently that, when I did the first board, that I usually just select these computer parts on normal difficulty. Well, turns out in this board, and especially later on, which I'll briefly do, is that, I'm going to actually change those computer points into hard mode. Now, yeah, basically I just want to make themselves a little bit slightly of a challenge to it, so that even then, that it will be something like a little cakewalk if I sing. I guess another thing I'd like to talk about for the news update for the Nintendo Direct stuff. I believe they first received a, well, truth be told, that a lot of people seem to think that the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD was going to happen. It turns out it was true, because thanks to the, well, alongside with that release date, that's going to be coming out on the 2016, because the reason why I decided to put that is because since the GameCube versions, and especially the Wii version of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which originally came out in 2006, and then 10 years later, they're going to be re-released on the Wii U. Well, graphically, it's pretty much exactly like it does in the previous two versions, but just the lighting is actually a bit different. Hold on, yeah. And yeah, that was Spike Strike. It's pretty simple. Just you have to be quick on those little hammer sequences right here. Predictably when you actually try to go for the win. Okay, here's one of the annoying gimmicks comes into play. Whenever you go into this section right here. As you can see right here, well, as you can see right there, there's actually a bullet, no, not bullet bill, Bob-omb signs. What they're trying to do is that the Bob-omb was decided to randomly or just come out of nowhere and just about to land on front of the captain. And then as you can see, there's actually a time limit. It only starts like 10 of them. But every time when the character just moves around one space at a time, then basically it decreases 1. However though, when it reaches to 0, one of the most annoying things when it reaches to 0 though, and I know you would probably be thinking that you might be able to get even a bit more frustrated with this board, specifically when you first time playing it and trying to unlock everything, especially in solo mode. Not only you have to actually just well, deal with it, but you also have to lose half of your mini stars. I'm not kidding, half of your mini stars, which I know some people, a lot of you already know this at this point. Yeah, right there. As you can see right there, if I get a 6, while the Bob-omb counter is actually well, decreasing from 6, well, as you can see right there, I got a hit, and I lose half. So, now you're probably thinking, why the hell, man? Well, I don't know what to think of. Anyway, I'll go for twist ending. That's a new minigame, as I expect. Unlock the treasure chest by twisting the dials until the marks line up to be the first to unlock those chests. 3 chests to win. Hold the remote vertically tilted in the direction of the arrow to turn the dial. The angle of the tilt that changes your fast your dial turns. So it's a bit like the some of the little dial padlocks that you usually found during the lockers. But usually you just have to do it with treasure chests, or else during the other treasure chests it really unlocks it with the key. But that digress. So yeah, believe me, sometimes when you're trying to win that board, it will be kind of frustrating for you, especially if you want to claim first place and actually trying to achieve first place in that board. Mostly because of that stupid Bob-omb gimmick. And believe me, you will gonna get exploded by the Bob-omb quite a number of times. Especially its really annoyingly consistency where well, I don't know what to expect. And it looks like I claim myself. I know it sounds a bit crazy to say now, but it looks like I got myself a blue Chaos Emerald out of his chest. Even though it's a bit like a Sonic the Hedgehog reference here and there. Although there's only one though, so that's the Chaos Emerald. But I digress though. That's just me, anyways. And usually though, whenever I play this game on my own time in solo play, I actually did manage to win this for the first try. I mean, like, even then I still get occasional Bob-omb explosions here and there, but I digress. Alright, another Bowser Jr. minigame, Bumper Sparks. Ram into Bowser Jr. to knock him into the electrifying ring around the platform. Knock him into the ring 3 times to win. Hold the Wiimote sideways, tilt the Wiimote in the direction you want to move your vehicle. So if you remember playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I think it's level 6-Airship Fortress, or in this case the airship. Whenever you come across into the end of the mountain world, that you know exactly what this gimmick is about. Basically, we have to knock Bowser Jr. into this electrifying ring, and if you do this 3 times, then you essentially win. And the controls wise, it actually feels very similar to the likes of the whenever you're trying to play the when you're trying to hop into the little mini Koopa Clown car. Yeah, it does remind me of that, but I digress. Anyway, back into what I was discussing, the Nintendo Direct stuff. Basically, that The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD is now going to be reclaimed on the Wii U, which I think a lot of people seem to actually really enjoy that. Like, usually they're expecting to that happen. However, the most awesome thing about it is that at the end of that trailer, that actually reclaims themselves a next The Legend of Zelda game for the Wii U that was about to be teaser from now on. And the reason why to say that is because, well, decided to actually celebrate The Legend of Zelda's 30th anniversary. So that means they're meant to actually bring up 2 The Legend of Zelda games in 1 year. Well, usually the main one will be in the 30th anniversary itself, but the Twilight Princess HD is actually a port to the Wii U version, so that's usually this goes. Another thing I'd like to talk about is that it actually receives a release date on Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, which the release date on that, however, is going to be at 22nd of January in next year, or else in the European version and the Japanese version, especially the Australian version, actually receives a release date is going to come on until next month, which I'm sure be super excited for that. And especially when there's new trailer involved, and oh man, it looks really good though, it looks really great. And I especially can't wait until I'm looking forward to playing that game, believe me on that. Battle game.